Fourth, an infinitive, he likes to swim, to swim. An adjective, everybody loves the good. A phrase, I know how to do it, how to do it. Seventh, a clause, I know that he did it. Eighth, a quotation, he said, do it at once. B, the object may have the same kinds of adjuncts as the subject. 435. The complement of the predicate may be a adjective, we are ready, subjective. We made him happy, happy, objective. B, participle. It looks charming, subjective, charming. I found him tired, tired, objective. C, noun. He was appointed chairman, chairman, subjective. He called me a traitor, traitor, objective. D, possessive. The book is mine, not Ram's. Mine and Ram's, subjective. He made my cause his own, objective. E, infinite. The water seems to boil, subjective, boil. I heard him say this, objective. F, noun clause. The report is that he is ill, ill, subjective. We make ourselves what we are, objective. Exercise 60. Pick out the objects, adjuncts to objects and complements. First, I found him dead. Second, he gave me his own book. Third, he seems to be happy. Fourth, the sun looks small from a distance. Fifth, I use a pen made in India. Sixth, this is a charming scenery. Seventh, he appears to be angry. Eighth, I want you to do this. Ninth, he ordered me to go. 10th, he hit the dog on the street. 11th, I consider him a fool. 12th, they made him secretary of the club. 13th, he called me a liar. 14th, I was called a liar. 15th, the truth is this. 16th, this house is his. 17th, we found him guilty of the offense. 18th, the story is this. 19th, I heard him say that he wished to succeed in life. 20th, he was appointed headmaster of the school. Chapter 37, page number 271. Let us now proceed to the practical analysis of different kinds of sentences. 436. In analyzing a simple sentence, proceed as follows. First, find out the finite verb and set it down as the predicate verb. Second, find out the subject to this verb and set it down as the subject. Third, put down the adjuncts of the subject, if any. Fourth, if the predicate verb is transitive, put down the object or objects with their qualifying words. Fifth, put down the complements, if any. Sixth, put down the adverbial adjuncts, if any. Note: a not being an adverb of negation is always placed in the extension column. Harding. B. The analysis of a sentence may be arranged in two ways: in a tabular form and in the ordinary running form. The tabular form of analysis is shown in the following pages, while the running form is shown in the analysis of the examples in Article 445 and 450. Examples. See page 272. First, having worked his way through the mission school, the young Parsi made up his mind at the age of 15 to go to Bombay. Second, these two fierce attacks made at the same time from their front and on their right quite broke up the Maratha army. Third, in the jungles near Tillicherry on the southeast coast of India, there is a kind of large monkey, often tamed by the natives. Fourth, about 327 years before Christ, Alexander the Great, king of Macedon, invaded India, having conquered on the way all the countries between Greece and India. Fifth, the judge, accepting the verdict of the jury, found the prisoner guilty. Sixth, the other day my younger brother saw two men fighting with each other. Exercise 61. Analyze the following simple sentences. First, on hearing of my misfortune, all my friends ran to my help. Second, his new friend gave him the other day 2 good books. Third, long ago there lived in India a king named Ashok the Great, one of the greatest kings of all times. Fourth, Emperor Nasiruddin was an idle ruler, never spending a single farthing from the royal treasury for his personal needs. Fifth, having finished our work, we all left for our respective houses, happy and contented. Sixth, the other day the monitor of our class took a book to task for disorderly conduct in the absence of the teacher. Seventh, since my departure from Calcutta, I have been trying to the best of my power spread education among the simple village people. Eighth, within a short time after the death of Muhammad, the religion founded by him spread to a considerable portion of the world. Ninth, an intelligent boy, the son of a very poor man, badly needs your help to be able to continue his studies. 10th, finding me absent, the servant of my neighbor, a lad of 13, entered my bedroom for the purpose of stealing my watch there. 11th, disappointed of the prize, the boy began to weep bitterly till the return of his father. 12th, the other day I met here a lame man, an old Kabuli, with a bowl in his hand. Page number 272. Subject first, Parsi. Adjuncts to the subject. First is the, second youth, third having, school. Finite verb. Made up. Complement none. Adverbial adjunct first at the age of 15. Second, to go to Bombay. Object with qualifying words, his mind. Second, attack. Subject is attacks. Adjuncts to the subject. First, these. Second, two. Third, fears. Fourth, made at, right. Finite verb, broke up. Complement none. Adverbial adjuncts quite. Object with qualifying words, the Maratha army. Third, subject proper, kind. Adjuncts to the subject. First, a. Second, of large monkey, often tamed by the natives. Finite verb is. Complement none. Adverbial adjuncts first, in the jungles near Tillicherry. Second, on the India. Third, there. Object with qualifying words, none. Fourth, subject proper, Alexander. Adjuncts to the subject. First, the great. Second, king of Macedon. Third, having India. Finite verb, invaded. Complement none. Adverbial adjunct, about 327 years before Christ. Object with qualifying words, India. Fifth, subject proper, judge. Adjuncts to the subject. First, the. Second, accepting jury. Finite verb, found. Complement, guilty. Adverbial adjuncts, none. Object with qualifying words, the prisoner. Sixth, subject proper, brother. Adjuncts to the subject, my younger. Finite verb, saw. Complement, fighting with each other. Adverbial adjuncts, the other day. Object with qualifying words, two men. Page number 273. 13th. The headmaster expected his boys to be proud of their school. 14th. Tired by long waiting, he came out in utter disregard of my advice to the riverside for news about the party. 15th. After my recent failure, I dared not do anything without again consulting my parents and teachers. 16th. His sister's husband being now dead, she wished him to leave college and assist her in managing the farm. 17th. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. 18th. Being tired by a long walk, the traveller, a young man, sat under a tree. 19th. In the village there lives an old man, Charu Babu by name, respected by everybody for his wisdom. 20th. Charmed by the boy's honesty and courage, the headmaster of the school made him captain of his class. 437. In analyzing a complex sentence, proceed as follows. First, divide the whole sentence into as many clauses as there are finite verbs expressed or understood. Second, find out which of these clauses contain the principal assertion. Set it down as the principal clause and the rest as subordinate clauses. Third, classify these clauses according to the function they discharge. That is, state whether a clause is a noun clause or an adjective clause or an adverbial clause. Fourth, show the relation of the subordinate clauses to the principal clause and to one another. Fifth, analyze the principal clause and the subordinate clauses separately if full analysis is required. Otherwise, mere clause analysis will do. Note: students will be able to easily determine the nature of a clause if they carefully remember the different words introducing different kinds of clauses as stated in Article 412, 414, 420 above. B. For vocative, interjection, court speeches, etc. See Chapter 37. C. The connectives belong to the clauses they introduce. D. Prepositions governing a noun clause belong to the main clause, but these governing an adjective clause belong to the subordinate one. Examples, see page 274. First, when I was a student, I was one day taken to task by the principal of my college for having played on behalf of an outside club, though he had ordered us not to do so. Second, having been informed that my brother, who had gone to Delhi to attend the Legislative Assembly, was lying seriously ill of fever there, I applied for 1 week's leave of absence in order that I might go to him to arrange for proper treatment. Exercise 62. Analyze the following complex sentences. First, I know that he was absent at that time. Second, there is no knowing when he will come. Third, tell me where he lives. Fourth, walking by the riverside, I came upon a man who had just come. Fifth, if you would prosper in life, never neglect anything. 6. It is a misfortune that you could not do anything to help him when he was in trouble. 7th, had I been present there when he was delivering his speech, I would have contradicted him with arguments which he could not meet. Page number 274. Sentence or clause. First, I was one day club. B. When I was a student. C. Though he do so. Kind of clause. First, I was one day principal. Connective, no, none. Subject proper, one. Adjective to the subject, none. Predicate verb, was taken. Object with qualifying words none. Adjective, verb adjective one day by the dash dash club. Complement to task. When I was a student. Kind of clause, subjective adverbial clause. Qualifying was taken in. Connective when. Subject proper one. Adjective to the subject none. Predicate verb was. Object with qualifying words none. Adverbial adjective when. Complement a student. Page number 275. 8. You can never expect that because you are talented. Others will willingly make way for you in order that you may go ahead of them. 9th. As I have never seen you previously, I cannot entrust you with such an important task unless I am permitted by my superior officer. 10th. The other day when I went to your father, he asked me if I knew anything of the boy that had applied to him for the post. 11th. If you like, I may point out to you the place where the accident occurred by which he lost his right eye. 12th. Whatever you may say, I can never give you the thing you want till you assure me that you will not misuse it. 13th. Though there is no dearth of candidates, I cannot say with certainty if any of them will be able to do all that you want. 14th. Since you are determined to go, I advise you to see that you may not bring discredit upon the family to which you belong. 15th. When the people were going to market, they found the giant playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. 16th. As I was absent at the time the incident took place, I had to depend for information about it on my friend who had seen everything with his own eyes from his house that stood close by. 17th. History says that Socrates, when he was given the cup of hemlock, continued to talk to the friends who were standing around him as he drank it. 18th. The man who does not see that the good of every living creature is his own good is a fool. 19th. The rifle had not been a light one. It would not have been possible for me to have moved it in the way it was imperative I should move it. 20th. The two men who were following a few yards behind me came to a halt when they saw me stop. 21st. Hearing that my friend has returned from Darjeeling, where he had gone for a change of climate, I went to his house to see how he was. 22nd. However rich you may be, you can never be truly happy unless you win the love and respect of those with whom you live. 23. Though I was rather unwell, I had to do the work myself because it was so secret a matter that it could not be left to others. 24. This is the place where I saw the man who went to this house. 25th. As I am ill, I cannot attend the meeting that will be held today in the town hall. 26. My brother, whom you saw when you were there, was so ill that he could not sit for the examination. 27. The best thing for you will be able you to be the best thing for you will be to go to the place where you meet the man who was inciting the people. 28. This is the place where I saw the man who had told me about the incident you speak of. 29. If you idle away your time, you will never be able to shine in life, however intelligent you may be. 30th. I know that when he was here, he would often help the poor as much as he could. 438. In analyzing a compound sentence, proceed as follows. First, break up the sentence into as many clauses as there are finite verbs, expressed or understood. B. Find out the principal coordinate clauses. Page number 276. C. Find out the subordinate clauses, if any, and show their relation. D. Analyze each of the clauses separately if full analysis is required. Otherwise, mere clause analysis will do. Example, see page 277. First, though I was ill, I tried my best, but as ill luck would have it, all my exertion ended in smoke. Second, long ago, when I was yet a student, I once went to Darjeeling, where I was charmed by the beautiful mountain scenery that greeted me on all sides. Exercise 63. Analyze the following compound sentences. First, he came to see me when I was in trouble, but when I asked him for pecuniary help, he pleaded inability. Second, on my return from school, I went to my mother to ask for food, but I found that she was lying ill of fever and my younger sister was nursing her. Third, I am sorry that you have disobeyed my orders. However, as this is your first offense, I let you off this time with a simple warning and hope you will not give me any trouble in future. Fourth, we should all love India, where we are born and which is one of the oldest countries in the world, and should never do anything that may bring discredit upon her in any way. Fifth, just as the destruction was completed, Newton opened the chamber door and perceived that the labors of 20 years were reduced to a heap of ashes. Sixth, I was in the same school with the person you speak of, but as he was senior to me by a few years, we did not mix much with each other. Seventh, as soon as he received my letter, he closed his shop and hastened to the Thana to request the police sub-inspector to come to my rescue, which the latter did. Eighth, after the 7 years were over, the giant had said all he had to say, for his conversation was limited, and he determined to return to his own castle. Ninth, anxious to hear of his illness, I went to his house, but was relieved to see that he was much better. 10th, take him to your house, give him food, and then send him to a hospital so that he may recover quickly. 11th, I know you helped him, yet I am not angry with you, for he is your friend. 12th, as there was a traffic jam on the way, I could not catch the train yesterday, so I returned home and shall leave by today's mail train. 13th, the giant was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for his first little friend and often spoke of him. 14th, the other children, when they saw the giant was not wicked any longer, came running back, and with them came the spring. 15th, I could not do the work, but I hope you will not mind this. 16th, Ram as well as Jadoo was there when I was in trouble, but neither of them did anything to help me. Note, it is not necessary that the principal clauses should be shown first and the subordinate clauses afterward. The clauses may be shown in the order of the original passage. Page 277. Sentence or clause. First, I tried my best kind of sentence or clause. Principal, connective, none, subject proper 1, adjective to subject none, predicate verb tried, object with adjective none, adverbial adjective my best, complement none. Sentence or clause B, though I was ill, kind of sentence or clause, subjective adverbial clause qualifying tried in. Connective, though, subject proper 1, predicate verb was, complement ill. Sentence or clause C, all my smoke. Kind of sentence, principal coordinate 2. Connective but, subject proper exertion, adjective to subject all my, predicate verb ended, Object with adjective none, adverbial adjective in smoke, complement none. Sentence or clause D. As ill dash 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 it. Kind of sentence or clause, subjective adverbial clause qualifying ended in. Connective as, subject proper luck, adjective to subject ill, predicate verb would have, object with adjective it, adverbial adjective as, complement none. Second, sentence or clause. First, long ago I dash 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 Darjeeling. Sentence or clause D. As ill dash 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 it. Kind of sentence or clause, subjective adverbial clause qualifying ended in. Second, long ago I once dash 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 Darjeeling. Kind of sentence or clause, principal, connective none, subject proper one, adjective to subject none, predicate verb went, object with adjective none, adverbial adjective once, long ago, to Darjeeling, complement none. Sentence or clause, when I student. Kind of sentence or clause, subjective adverbial clause qualifying went in. Connective when, subject proper one, adjective to subject none, predicate verb was, object with adjective none, adverbial adjective yet, complement a student. Sentence or clause where to scenery. Kind of sentence, principal coordinate to, connective where and there, subject proper one, adjective to subject none, predicate verb was charmed, object with adjective none, adverbial adjective by the scenery, complement none. Sentence or clause that dash dash sides. Kind of sentence or clause, subjective adverbial clause, subjective adjective clause qualifying scenery in. Connective none, subject proper that, adjective to subject none, predicate verb greeted, object with adjective me, adverbial adjective on all side, complement none. Page number 278. Chapter 38. A few difficulties in analysis. 439. Quoted sentences. Some take a quoted sentence as a noun clause, but it is hardly defensible on the following among other grounds. First, a noun clause may be connected with the principal clause by some connective expressed or understood, but no such connective can be supplied before a quotation. Second, how to proceed if the quotation is a long one, containing two or more sentences. Let us take the sentence. He said, I cannot come to you today. My brother is ill and I have to attend on him. You may, however, expect me tomorrow. The quotation consists of three sentences, which cannot be taken separately in their relation to the principal verbs said, but have to be treated as a single part of speech, object to said. A few other arguments are quoted from Matriculation English Grammar by L. Tipping, page number 296 to 297. Third, clauses forming part of a sentence must be adapted to suit the nature of the sentence in which they stand, since they enter into its grammatical structure, but quotations are unalterable. They must always remain the same. If their wordings is changed, they cease to be quotations, and for this reason they are marked by inverted commas. Fourth, quotations are included in sentences but do not enter into their grammatical structure, whether they consist of single words, phrases, or even whole sentences. Thus, in such a sentence as, the accusative of I is me, if the quoted words entered into the grammatical structure of the sentence we would have to say the accusative of me is I, since of governs the accusative, and I, following the verb to be, must be in the nominative case, but this would manifestly be absurd.